Dear students, today we are going to learn about the new chapter number 13, probability. Probability carries 10 marks. Probability is the mark kya mark tara leiko. Then the probability has a kaino hana khangsiko. Let A be an event associated with a random experiment. Sidamo experiment haibagi mahuta random experiment has a kaino experiment amakaram kanda random experiment kauni haitaragadi. An experiment is said to be a random experiment if number 1 my condition ani laiko. Number 1 it has more than one possible outcomes. Nangi outcomes se kya dagi helaba amadagi helaba. Number 2 the outcomes of the experiment cannot be predicted in advance. Advance oina predict tawba ngamdaba. Advance oina predict tawba ngamdaba means nang koina ma lange na khale ko. Nangi koina ma langba matamda nangi possible outcomes se head ka kai galere tail ga letra adudi nangi possible outcomes se ani lere more than one amadagi hele ko. Amadagi hen taragadi nangi ahanba condition se satisfy tawre next ki condition na kai haiba nangi outcome se khoina mangzauna na haiba ngamdaba haiba mangzauna na haiba ngamdaba means nang na koina ma langba kanda head na traga tail tani haiba se haiba ngamoi daw yabagi matungina aina haiba dugi matungina lakpai wani aduga sengbagi di haiba ngamoi ba ngambra ngamde ko. Sumain tawraga nangi experiment ma number 1 possible outcomes se amadagi helaba. Number 2 dana nangi possible outcomes sing se khon advance oina haiba ngamdaba. Hoje example am khansi ko nangi box the ball se black ani red ama yaren khaleba tudi sigi bag se de yareba number of balls se kya no ahum natra possible outcomes se kya ware more than one ware ko. Second case ta nang sidagi ball ama law duine ba sidagi ball ama lawbo matamda nang na lawriba ball se black ta oibe yai red ta oibe yai adudi nang han haiba ngamra masa udraga di ngamde ko. Aina si hojig red se lawtho adi black ngata ngairaba ngaire ko black ngata ngaibadagi di aina black se low any nang na lawriba ball khudimak se black oirani se khangeba sidi ai hana mangjauna na khangadra sidi nang kai oibe yadre random experiment oibe yadre ko sto red ama hapagadi random experiment oiduini do red to hel lawthokhiba matamda nang random experiment oibra oide maram kai gino hairade aina lawdoriba ball se black tarani se dum advance oina khangniba sumaina khangba ngamba nataba experiment sing se kai kore random experiment kore ko. Duga sample space haibam le sample space haidi kaino sample space is the total possible outcomes of a random experiment. Nangi random experiment amada oibiyaba possible outcomes se pulak punjin bado total possible outcomes haiba ko nangi koina ma langba kanda di head ka tail ga thoidana simagi total possible outcomes ka we ko stekwa sida event haiba ma yawrai ko event haise kaino event is the subset of the sample space subset haidi kaino nangi outcomes me amduna form tawraga set ama semba yani dana adugi set to kai kawi event kawi ko duna sida probability define tawrase. Let A be an event associated with a random experiment, and therefore probability of A is the chance of occurrence of the favorable outcomes neighbor. Favorable to Canada A sida. Aduna sigi probability of A haradi kaina pini NA divided by NS. NA means total possible outcomes favorable to the event A. NS is na total possible outcomes of the experiment. Nangi total duna makhada thamtare adugi event A example oina tossing a coin ama langba kanda nangi head pamba gi event se ina small capital A na denote taragadi probability of A harakpa kanda nangi coin ama amuktang lang taragadi total possible outcomes se ani natra head ama phangbagi total possible outcomes se kya leire ama tang lei ko duna probability of A haraga 1/2 sigi mawongda khoina probability se puthoka doini probability of A haita the number of A divided by number of S. Probability of A means the chance of occurrence of the event A. Duna kana probability khangbadagi di probability the labor formula khara na yengsi ko si khangaga dinang namarak ta problem hotpa kanda yam important yam kana boy duini for any two events A and B associated with a random experiment. Nang event ani lore ko kanada associate tawi random experiment number 1 probability of A union B will be equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Probability of A union B probability se khoina set ki formula ga sumanai ko set na n haibado handakna p ne onba. Probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. This is called the addition rule of probability. addition rule kawe sima number 1 ni ko important. Number 2, probability of A plus probability of A bar will be equal to 1. Sina even A thokpa, sina even A thokta ba ko. Thokpa ga thokta ba ga pun ba se always kya ta ni? Sum ta ba se 1 ta ni. Number 3, A union B plus A union B bar. Bar hai se complement ni ko. Ani se pun ba se 1 ta ni. A intersection B plus A intersection B bar is equal to 1. Sumaina rule khara se khang si ko. Number 5 ka 6 ka sidi kaino higher kan da sidi De Morgan's law dai lag. Probability of A union B bar is equal to probability of A bar. Sigi union da complement law se intersection ta ni ko. Probability of A intersection B bar will be equal to probability of A bar union probability of B bar. Si expression sing se khoina hana loi hai tare ko. Si hairaba matung da khoina probability gi problem hot pa kan da hairani. Next, we are going to learn about conditional probability. Conditional probability has the kaino yangasiko. Let A and B be any two events associated with a random experiment. Nangi random experiment amada associate over events ani lore A ga B ga ko. Then the conditional probability of A when B is already occurred. Nangwa the events ani P bagi manungda amadi hana already occurred tawreba. Adu already occurred tawgraba matungda remaining event ama lairido adugi probability putho o have. The conditional probability of A when B is already occur is denoted by kaina denote A by B ko probability of A by B. B se makha thangi se already occur tawgre housing nang na puthok tu se kaina probability of occurrence of the event A ni. N is defined by kamai define tawre probability of A by B is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B, which means that the conditional probability of A when B is already occur is equal to the probability of A in the sample space B have. Nangi random experiment later di kai laini sample space am laini dana sample space to gi A to the gilaw banataba nangi sample space se kana ohen ba B ohen ba ko sigi formula sina nangi conditional probability P tare. Probability of A by B hai di probability of A intersection B by probability of B si occur tawgrabani ko. Duga probability of B by A haradi B occur tawdri A occur tawradra B intersection A divided by probability of A. Sidana mu A se already occur tawduni sina atopa mu formula ni ko. Conditional probability of B when A is already occur is denoted by probability of B by A and is defined as probability of A intersection B by probability of A. Si hairani ko si kai kawi conditional probability. Conditional probability se kaino aduga ma se kamaina solve tawni haise mathangi example de yengsi ko. Koina example se yenga ka conditional probability haise kaino se yengsi ko. Example number 2 textbook ki example ne a family has two children. What is the probability that both the children are boys given that at least one of them is a boy? A family has two children. Family amada angang kya laire ani laire ko. What is the probability that both the children are boy have? Habadi angang ani magse nupa ngakta habagi probability putho o haba. It is given that at least one of them is a boy. Ani dugi manungda amadi nupa oire habase khangeba. Sinang nonda already occur tawraba event si oidoni ko. Angang ani dugi manungda nang se nupa ama oire habadi khangi. Then what is the probability that both the children are boys? Ani magto nupa ngakta ni hayo habagi probability putho o haba. Yan tai ko. Do the family amada angang lairise nupa ga nupi ga ni ado moi se represent over the symbol amadi changi ko. Let B denote a boy and G denote a girl of the family. Nangi family se gi nupa masa se capital B na denote hore aduga capital G sina girl on represent hore ko. Aduga event ani changi ba. Event ani change associated with this random experiment. Event A, let A be the event that both children are boys. Nang nupa angang ani magse nupa ne habagi event se A na represent ko and capital B represent the event that at least one of them is a boy. Ani dugi manungda nupa ama oire habasina B na represent adugi hause ko na puthok tu se kaino A by B sinadra siniko habadi B se already occur tawraga A gi conditional probability puthokpa. Tudi hanbada sample space is ko. Write the sample space of this experiment. Sample space means nangi angang ani oibagi oibaya possibilities naam se nupa nga ta oirse adra nupa amaga nupi amaga nupa amaga last ta girls girls sidi nang ne ining ba ibe ko bb first ki sina first born se boy ne ba second born se boy ni ko bz haita di first born ahan bagi sina ahan bada pokpa ani subagi sidana ani subada pokpa ko gb haita ragadi ahan bagi se nupi ani subagi se nupa gg loi hairaga di kai tare ani makse nupi nga to ore ko bz ga gb ga se manade ko sina nupa na hanoiba sina nupi na hanoiba sidagi hoina oina nangi atoba possible outcomes lebra leitre ko mathang da event a sida kana kana yaungni haise mu yengase ko let a be the event that both the children are boys ani makse nupa ngakta ne have dudi si khatang atai diabra yade ko mathang da b se mu khalasi ko b haisina kaino at least one of them is a boy ani dugi manung da ama di nupa oi ani mang nupa orasu yadra at least have word se more than one day helasu ai ko duna bz gb kai hapselasu yare bb hapselasu yare ko conditional probability puthokpa matam da a intersection b chang ani sida common oiba element khalo common oiba se bb ore ko duga conditional probability su puthokse ko probability of b gi changakani probability of b sida mi masing kya yawe 1 2 3 yaure ko aduga nangi total possible outcome se kya no 4 probability of a intersection b the element kya yaure amma nangi total possible outcomes ni 4 oini sidoina sijina doini ko here number of s is equal to 4 sigi senga te use taw doini therefore the conditional probability of A when B is already occurred is given by the formula probability of A intersection B by probability of B. Sigi formula na pi ko probability of A intersection B have sa ina puthokre kya ga manare 1/4 probability of B have sina 3/4 tare ko dudi 4 cancel tawradi kya oina phangi 1/3 masagi nangi event myam e gi basida amu yengsi ko event myam e gi basida b sida possible outcome se ahum yaure aduga a intersection b the 1 tadra aduna conditional probability of a by b have kandadi 1/3 tare si kaida mean tawrino haradi probability of a in the sample space b have a se magi sample space se kanada loba b da loba s da loda ba sumai tawraga khoina conditional probability se kaino se khangani ko koina exercise 13.1 sigi question मैम से मुग यंग सिको सिगुम्बा type से exam da 1 mark natraga 2 mark masa da hange question number 1 given that E and F are two events such that probability of E is equal to 0.6 probability of F is equal to 0.3 and probability of E intersection F is equal to 0.2 CP reko find nang na puthok to se kaina probability of E by F and mathang da probability of F by E amana E by F hoi tardi atopa ama se F by E sumai lakadam ni ko solution nangi given me amsan ithok ko probability of E is equal to 0.6 si 0.6 se fraction do onto 6 ta 10 na divide tawre ko and probability of F have se 0.3 ni 0.3 se 3/10 tare ko mathang da probability of E intersection F 0.2 2 da kaina divide tawre 10 na divide tawre now we are going to find probability of E by F conditional probability of E when F is already occurred haibani ko si formula ibaganda E intersection F divided by probability of F which is equal to E intersection F sidinang na puthoro given the empirum ko probability of F hai taragadi 3/10 tare duna ani se cancel tawraga probability of E by F se 2/3 tare ko mathang da probability of F by E hai conditional probability of F when E is already occurred is given by E intersection F divided by probability of E which is equal to E intersection F condition da pire 2/10 tare ko probability of E have se kya tai 6 divided by 10 10 cancel tawraga 2/6 and dividing denominator and numerator by 2 we get 1/3 sumaina nangi condition mayam se piraga nangi require oba se puthokpa hairani ko conditional probability gi formula use tawrani next question is question number 3 Question number 3 the is that if probability of A is equal to 0.8, probability of B is equal to 0.5 and probability of B by A. B by A means conditional probability of B when A is already occurred is equal to 0.4 sitare ko. Find Roman number 1, 2 and 3. Roman number 1 is probability of A intersection B. Roman number 2 is probability of A by B. Roman number 3 is probability of A union B. So the P is there. Aina mamang the P give formula me am do use tau do ni ko. Solution condition sing jahana lo ito probability of A 0.8. 8 by 10 cancel tau gono dum thamo ko asina angka hot pa lai do ni 0.5. 5 ta 10 na divide tau re and it is given that probability of B by A 0.4 4 by 10. Sila re ko. Roman number 1 se an hot si Roman number 1 se hot paganda intersection have se constant probability ki formula ibada yawe ba. Probability of B by A means A intersection B divided by probability of B. B intersection A have ga A intersection B have ga chak manai ko maramdi intersection se commutative oi. By cross multiplication this probability of A intersection B is given by kaina p gani probability of B into probability of B by A. Sigi formula na pira ani ko. Probability of B question da kya gamane 5 by 10 tare into probability of B by A have sidi kai gamana re 4 by 10 tare ko. And 5 ka 4 ga di 20 by 100 0 0 ka duna nangi probability se 2 da 10 na divide tawradi 0.2 dai ko. Probability of B into probability of B by A 0.2 se kanagi constant probability no kanagi value no harakanda A intersection B gi value ni ko object nang A intersection B gi value phang taragadi number 2 se hot pe are ko A by B have se puthok pe are si kai gi formula na pi gani A intersection B makha da kai na divide taw gani B na si makha thangi se sta irak tare ko since probability of A intersection B 2 by 10 tagi duga probability of B na kya tagi ba 5 by 10 tagi ko 10 cancel taw tar di 2 by 5 sumaina nang point na thama masu yare fraction da thama masu yare ko number 3 da duga nang na angka hot pa kanda nangi angka se summi na traga lali khangi hai tar di mathang makha se always denominator na saw hen gadaba 1 ta ba yawra iko 1 ta ba do share ibani 1 dagi hen ba di adre number 3 probability of A union B sini ko nang puthok tuisa nasagi addition rule of probability haibam lai gidra ina han hana formula 1 ibada adu use to siko probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Then substitute the values of probability of A. A se kya no 8 by 10 le re ko plus probability of B is equal to 5 by 10 minus probability of A intersection B is 2 by 10. Moi se same denominator ni 10 le re ko ani se punjin bada kya tare natra so ani se khaidong na ro 5 natra 3 le me 3 dus da half tar gadi 3 6 da half padi 11 taradra 5 3 13 13 dagi 2 khaidokra di 11 tare ko 11 da 10 na divide tawradi 1.1 sumaina nangi ani punjin bani ko side probability of A ga kai ga punjin ba B ga punjin ba gi value se 11 by 10 sumaina phangani. Next question is question number 3. If probability of A is equal to 0.8, probability of B is equal to 0.5 and probability of B by A is equal to 0.4. Find Roman number 1 A intersection B, probability of number 2, probability of A by B, number 3, probability of A union B. Si ma'am se puthokadoi ni ko. Nang condition sing jana ito first we have the probability of A is equal to 0.8. 0.8 have a fraction the on to 8 by 10 tare ko. Probability of B 0.5 5 by 10 or any number C third condition se B by A conditional probability of B when A is already occur have ni ko 0.4 pire 4 by 10 tare ko have the point da angka hot padagi di fraction da angka hot pa ne lai dui ni number 1 khoina puthok tu se A intersection B ne ba nang given condition da B by A have B dra B by A is the intersection have expression je yawi ko si yawbana write the formula of B by A. A intersection B by probability of A. A se already occur tawgrabani ko by cross multiplication this probability of A intersection B is given by probability of A into probability of B by A. Sina P dra the probability of A gi value puthosi ko 8 by 10 mathang da probability of b की value से कई न पिरकनी b by a है से 4 दा 10 न divide तौरे को अदुदि अनि से पुंजन बदा 32 मखादा 0 अनि लेरे 32 दा 100 न divide तौ तारदी 0.32 सी तारे को अखना यारी खाई दी 110 लै तारगदी simplest form दा थम दबा दुम सिगी मोंग दा कखथना दा बिदा थम दा बिदा इउ को number 2 दा find probability of a by b a intersection b की value फंग बदगी दी खोइना a by b से पुथोक पे आरे को probability of a intersection b by probability of b सिमा formula ई रे को a intersection b से ngसाई कई गमानगी 32 by 100 सिले रे को अदुगा probability of b की value दुना क्या तागिबा 5 by 10 ने सिदा 10 10 अमा कक पे आरे अदुगा नंगी value से 32 सिदा क्या ना divide तो वो 50 ना 32 दा 50 ना divide तो वो से क्या तानी साइड तो divide तो उसे को 32 दा 50 ना divide तो रदी point नम्मे 0 हापे को 5 6 30 0 0 देगी 2 0 point नम ग्राम नि 0 हापे 5 4 0.64 ताई को नंगी सेकेंड की probability से 0.64 सेकेंड की से क्या तार है बा 0.64 probability of a by b is equal to 0.64 asiga manare number 3 the probability of a union b have a union b have se akoina mamang da aina rule me am pi gi bada rule number 1 addition rule of probability have am tamgi ko adui formula adu use tau se probability of a union b have the probability of a plus probability of b minus probability of a intersection b siga mana doi ne ba aduna probability of a have the kya sintare 8 by 10 chile ko mathang da probability of b hero b sina 5 by 10 chile minus probability of a intersection b nasai ma gi formula se kai ga managre point sijina da bi da 32 by 100 chumai lere ko dudi ahan bagi ani se 10 lere ani se plus tok sin ba matam da 13 phange ko duga minus 32 by kya no 100 ni si angka hot pe ana bai da magdas da 0 am hapselo da 0 am hapselo dai tar de sigi 130 sidagi kya khaidok khrani 32 khaidok khrani ko 130 sidagi koina 32 khaido ena khale 8 1 carry tare 4 40 ga 4 edi 9 tare ko 98 sidi 110 98 divided by 100 sigi value se 98 ta 100 na divide to boga manare then si 98 se 100 na divide to ready 0.98 98 phangi ko 0.98 is the value of probability of a union b smaila ani mathangi question se question number 5 if probability of a is equal to 6 by 11 probability of b is 5 by 11 probability of a union b is 7 by 11 find Roman number 1 a intersection b number 2 a by b number 3 b by a intersection b puthokadaba a by b puthokadaba aduga b by a puthoktoini ko ihan han bada khoina condition myam se hana loi thokse probability of a 6 by 11 probability of b is equal to 5 by 11 and probability of a union b 7 by 11 sumai lere ko du hoje ahan bagi probability of a intersection b se puthoke hai taradi write the formula of rule of probability addition rule of probability ithokse ko probability of a plus probability of b minus probability of a intersection b sumai ni ibe are sidanangi value do hapo value se 7 by 11 probability of a 6 by 11 probability of b 5 by 11 then write probability of a intersection b ani se onthong na be adra yai ko minus se transpose tawra agadi plus sale aduga plus leram basina transpose tawra di minus tare ani se plus taw tho 6 11 minus 11 minus 7 by 11 tare ko is equal to c 11 lere si cancel taw da with the same denominator on use taw se 11 minus 7 is equal to 4 divided by 11 nangi probability of a intersection b se hoje kya ga manare a intersection b se 4 by 11 tare si Roman number 1 phange ko mathang da Roman number 2 holani Roman number 2 is probability of a by b by the conditional probability formula we have probability of a intersection b by probability of b si makha da leri se si orakada ko a intersection b hojik ta phangre magi value se 4 by 11 ni aduga probability of b gi value sina 5 by 11 tare 11 cancel taw taragadi 4 by 5 tare ko 4 by 5 is the conditional probability of a when B is already occurred. Roman number 4, Roman number 3, probability of B by A. Conditional probability of B when A is already occurred is given by A intersection B divided by probability of A. We have all the values of this expression. Probability of A intersection B is 4 by 11 and probability of A by the given condition it is 6 by 11. 6 by 11 P ko 11 se cancel to guitar di 4 by 6 tadra. Again dividing both sides by dividing denominator and numerator by plus 2, we have 2 by 3. See, reduce the way as the sum thamasu, Peshukai deco, reduce from the thamo 2 by 3. So, minor Nangi probability give value se hot can probability holako matamda denominator ga numerator ga se always denominator na jauniba. Duga probability 1 tabasing se sure event ka way, sure event had sung soy na to adabaseko. Aduga atopa any expression da di denominator ga numerator ga se denominator na always sawa hen ganiba. Nangi numerator na sawa helaga di nang angka do landui ni ko. Mathangi question se question number 6 ni ko. Akoy na tawdu se kaino determine probability of E by F in the following case. Case mayamam pirakani is the 1 2 aina 1 ga 2 ga khatang ka khangat le remaining sing se noi na yum da try to ko. A coin is tossed 3 times where E sina kay denote head on the third toss and F heads on the first 2 toss. Nangi ahan ba toss ani se the F se head and tail. Nangi F se E ga F ka sina nangi event ani do ni ko. Event ani se E sina head on the third toss. Ahum suba toss to the head thopa. Adugi F hai ba event sina nangi first 2 tosses. First ka second ga se head nga ta leba ko. Roman number 2 da na E at least 2 heads. First the talk pay, second the talk pay, third the talk pay ko. If I was sitting you know at most 2 heads. Yam over the head se ani khatamag yawa. Ani dagi hen be adre ko. Aduna sida khona sample space sama iba change. Sige problem sige oina. The sample space of tossing a coin 3 times is given by sample space. Nangi coin ama ahum lak langagadi sample space oibya base kai kai no. All the possible outcomes are head. Mathang the head ani thokpa telam thokpa ko si first draw second draw third sumai lak tuina dra sigi tail se last the thoe ko sigi tail se second da muk thokhalo tail se first da muk thokpa yadra mathang da tail ani muk hai se ko t height se last da thok dra second da muk thokhan se ko second da muk thoe first da muk thokpa yar height t 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and all the possible outcomes are tail. So maina nangi total possible outcomes se kya lerani 8 lerani ko 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 ni 8 se phange nangi coin ama ahum lak lang taraga this again atoba possible outcomes later E haibonge F haibonge event ani le sigi sample space di nangi problem khudi mak da loi manarani ko aduga Roman number 1 E have a sit na kaino E head on the third toss sigi ahum suba se sida head oiba kai khangat head oiba se sigi mari si khakdang yaure ko ahum suba first second third da oiba se haze thangda haze t haze and t haze and t haze man si kai khangat le ko. Then F5 events in a kaipi, F5 events in heads on first 2 tosses. Nangi first and second toss to the head topa. And do the seat abre, first ka second ga, anisima to eka, anisima to esi first second the tail later, si abra, yade, si abra yade, si abra yade, si adre, kya khatang phange nang se. Ani khatang phange ko, first ka second ga the head ngata hoiba, anisi khatang satisfied to haze, nang third to the haze will be I tail will be, nang condition to the cambo piram deco. I know Jose put hope to say probability of E by F ne do the intersection law se ko E intersection F anis dagi common element khalo common hoiba se haze haiba maga haze siga mana yaubra yaude ma detail ore ama khatam yaure ko haze haiba si khatang yaure atopa mayam sidi amta yaudre si yaudre adudi probability mu irasi ko probability of ahanbada E by high side are the probability of F put hopam sang. Probability of F si nang element kya yawi ani yawi ka 2 by 8 itare aduga probability of E intersection F. E intersection F the element kya yawi ama total possible outcomes di nipan hoigi sige se ko 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 is minus si iraba matung da now write probability of E by F. Conditional probability of E when F is already occurred is given by E intersection F by probability of F sina pire ko, which is equal to E by F, probability of E intersection F 1 by 8 tare, divided by probability of kya hai ba F hai ba sina 2 by 8 pire ko. See 8 cancel to already 1 by 2 tare, and so conditional probability of E when F is already occur is 1 by 2. Sumaina nangi sample space irani event sing sida element kai yauni loin khalani intersection lorani aduga angka se sum hotpa mamang da takpa singduna condition hana loin piraba condition do apply tawraga angka hotpa ko handang na khoina sample space su semjaba event tu su khoina iza doin. Roman number 2 gi case tamu yangsi ko E at least 2 heads yam draba da head kya yawba head ani yawba yam draba da head ani yawba at least 2 heads adudi head ahum yawrasi adra head ahum yawbasan irasi ko hais mathang da hais t leire hais aduga sidi head amamom khatang yawre yam draba da head ani yawba head ahum yawba na khando e mathang da f haiba event suma yango at most 2 heads head yawba yaba khwaidagi yamba se masing ani dagi henba yadaba dudi si sing se yawba yare ko head ani yawba dagi iro hais t mathang da hais sin head ani yawba head ama yawba dang isi ko t head am the yawdra su ya at most side tar head am the yawda tar di all the possible outcomes are tail taradra si kai dagi laura ino nangi total possible outcomes to adagi laura ineba. Then find the intersection of kana gi intersection logani two events E and F. Intersection means common element masak manaba yawbado si yawbra yawde hais t si me yawre ko hais t ste yawre hais ste yawre t hais man event kya phange common element se ahum phange ko hais t ne hais t ne t hais ne man si puto dagi intersection probability mu puto se intersection phang badai di ko probability means total possible outcomes favorable to E intersection F. Element kya yawe ahum yawe nangi outcomes ti 8 legi ko koina ngasai probability of E by F ibaganda probability of F se puthokpam changra dudi F tan event kya yawba 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 yawe ko 7 by 8. Therefore the required probability E by F is equal to probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F, which is equal to E intersection F 3 by 8 makhasina kya no 7 by 8 dudi 8 se cancel taw taragadi 3 by 7 se phange ko sinangi required probability that. Next exercise 13.1 gi question number 9 simuyeng sika mother father and the son line up at random for a family picture mama ni mapa ni masa ni family picture amagi left tu ni ko E na denote or se kaino son on one end and F denote father in the middle. Determine probability of E by F. Probability of E by F means conditional probability of E when F is already occurring. Mother ni father ni son si apun se apun ni ko to was symbol of mention let F denote mother F denote father F denote son of the family. Sample space even. Write the sample space for this experiment. Sample space is denoted by S. Didi sigi moi apun sina se ba obia ba possible arrangement se kai obia mama mapaga masaga mu thamne ko M ani si mon thong na ro SF mathang de S nam thamne FM ko S namne MF ani si mon thong na re ire mathang magok se father na thangale mathang de mother son de ko father mayai de masa le de mama mu le sumaina nangi obia ba arrangement se kya obia taru obia ko 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 over sigi manung da E gi F kas event neba. Let E and F be any two events associated with this random experiment S. Nangi S sida associate over events so ita di E sina kai haiba sun on one end. Macha sina aroi bada leba aho bada oi be ai kai da oi be ai one end ani sigi manung da makok ta natraga maton da leba haiba ko E se macha na maton da leba si sima leire ko aroi bada sina makok ta leire sina aho bada leire sina aroi bada leire da simam se khangalo MFS SFM and SMF and FMS main khale ko mathangi F5 event sina kaino father in the middle mapa se mayai de leba mapa da mayai de leba is da ma leire ani khatang lei ko mapa na mayai de leba se muk lau khalo MFS SFM nanga conditional probability puthokadoi na ani se intersection log tare ko find the intersection of these two events intersection hai taragadi ani is the common oiba se mfs ka smf nangi sfm sumaina khangale duga conditional probability irasi ko p e by f is given by the formula probability of e intersection f divided by probability of f equals to probability of E intersection F se kamaina P ni hai tar the event kya yawe ani yaudra makha the total possible outcomes na divide tawada 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 na divide tawre ko divided by probability of F hairadi F se the events kya yawe ani yawe mathak si thamasi ko divided by total possible outcome 6 chama na expression oi tar the probability kya tare 1 tare ko sina question number 9 ge next question is question number 10. A black die and a red dice are rolled. Number A, find the conditional probability of obtaining the sum greater than 9. Obtaining the sum greater than 9. Nangi phangiba number sing se number sing dugi sum se kanada gi chawba henba 9 dagi chawba henba ko given that the black die resulted in a die nangi black die do the always kai pira 5 piradra given haibam yawi ko sinang already occur tawraba event ne hojik puthok tu se kaino find the conditional probability of obtaining the numbers whose sum is greater than 9 number sing se kaidagi henba 9 dagi henba ko adu nangi die se makhal ani ne ba black die haiba maga red die haiba maga ani sudra adoi tari black die sina b na represent tawro aduga red die sina r na represent tawro siko solution let b denote the black die and r denote capital R denote the red die koina b sina black na denote tawre r sina red na denote tawre ko to the total sample space or total possible outcomes of the random experiment of tossing a black die and a red die together is given by b1 oibya base lo ithok toini ko b1 r1 b1 r2 b1 r3 mathang da b1 r4 b1 r5 b1 r6 b1 and r6 tare ko the b2 gi mu irasi ko b2 r1 b2 r2 b3 b2 gi hanalo igadam ni b2 r2 yogradi r3 mathang da b2 r4 b2 r5 b2 r6 si b2 ga nangi r gi combination myam du iradra mathang da b se 3 mu irage ko b3 r da oibya basina r1 b3 r2 b3 r3 similarly ko mathang da b3 r4 b3 and r5 b3 r6 b4 r1 b4 r2 b4 r3 b4 r4 b4 r5 b4 r6 si re ko mathang da b5 ki mu isi ko b5 r1 b5 r2 b5 r3 b5 r4 sumaina si makhada mu kailani b5 r5 b5 r6 last ki se b6 r1 sumaina sum irak pasina b6 kya bo igani r6 sumaina lo ithok tare ko nangi possible outcome se marak ta khara le haurai sumaina nang possible outcome se masing thirani ba ahan bagi da 6 into 6 ki total possible outcome se 36 phangadaba 6 6 6 6 lakh paduna 36 total possible outcomes le re ko nangi a da khandui se kaino find all the numbers whose sum is greater than 9 9 dagi chawbe henba ma thi tare ko second case dana kai haiba given that the black die resulted in a5 nangi black die si the 5 oiba do the 5 ki mapa do khalaga 5 ki oiba ba se 5 r1 5 R2 R3 R4 R5 R6 po oi be adra sumaina event ani mu I thoksiko sida khoina makha tan event ani mu isiko event sida B ga R ga hai gi tar de atop event se E ga F ga hai let E be the event of getting numbers whose sum is greater than nangi sum sa kai dagi henba whose sum is greater than 9 dagi henba ko duga F hai ba event sina kai no event of getting number 5 in the black die nangi black die sida number se kya phangba 5 phangba hai ba ko saina makhal ani lere adu de E da yawgadaba possible outcomes ma'am se yang siko E se kai hai gi E is the event of getting numbers whose sum is greater than 9 dagi chawba henba hai ba the 4 aduga 4 si plus se 8 tare si about the 9 ko greater than hai tar di kya dagi hapani B4 R6 dagi hapani ko B4 R6 sima yawba yare mathang da B5 R1 se yagadra yade ko plus tawra si plus tawra 7 si 8 lere 9 lere kai mo hape yare B5 R5 ko mathang da B6 ta magi samse kai dai hen boy gadaba 9 dagi sida aina 3 hapa baw 3 hapa matam na 9 tai ko 4 hap ki tardi 10 tare B4 da 5 yadre 6 te yare B5 tana 5 amana B5 ka kai ga yabe B5 ka R6 ka ani se plus ta was B5 B4 ki da R6 khatang yai ko B5 ki da ani yare B5 ka R5 ka B5 ka R6 ka aduga B6 ta di kya yagani B6 R4 haibam lere ko B6 R5 ta su yare aduga B6 and R6 ta su yare kai gino haradi segi number me angi samse kai dagi hele the sum of the numbers appear on the black and the red die are greater than 9 dagi chawbe hele ko mathang the F iro write all the possible outcomes belonging to this event F denote the event of getting 5 in the black die is the 5 phangba black die sigi B5 haibasiga pabe abase R the 1 pabe yai R da kya pabe yare 2 pabe yare ko R da kai pabe yare 3 R da 4 R5 R6 china sidagi ani yadre ko adu de ani sida intersection lo si ko therefore E intersection F now E intersection F common oiba element khalo B5 R1 sigi sum se 9 dagi chawar di khar chawba do ni yengo sima yadre sima yare ko B5 and R5 mathang da B5 ka kana ga yarani R6 ka habadi sina B5 taba R do di oining bo oibe adu mathaki sina sum of numbers will be greater than 9 haibani na chawba do ni lore B5 R5 ka B5 R6 ka tare ko then write the formula of conditional probability of E when F is already occurred F se already occurred tawrabani ko ina hojik puthok tu sa E gin probability of E intersection F divided by probability of F ne se ana tongana nang puthoga ang ko hotpa se adum direct hosilo su dum yai ko E intersection F sida element kya yawe 1 2 yawe ko nangi total possible outcome se ngasai na kya ne high grade total possible outcome si mathak ta hapagi ko number of S is equal to 36 ne total possible outcomes of rolling a black die and the red die is 36 2 divided by 36 probability haide nangi number of favorable outcomes the total possible outcomes the divide togadam probability of F have sida kya yawi yengase ko 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 yawi ko 6 divided by 36 cancelling 36 we get 2 by 6 to the 1 by 3 tare ko 1 by 3 is the required probability of E when F is already occurred so minus Roman number A se lore ko mathang da B gi amu hot next Roman number B ki question se mu pass ko find the conditional probability of obtaining the numbers whose sum is 8 nangi number sing sigi sum se kya taba exactly 8 taba given that the red die resultant in a number less than 4 aduga nangi red die de thokpa number sing se kai dagi hanthabo igadaba 4 dagi hanthabo igadaba ko sta nang event kya yawi ani yawi amana number ani gi sum se exactly 8 taba aduga second gi nangonda already occur tawraba event sina kaino harakanda nangi red die the phangiba number sing se 4 dagi hanthaba haiba ko aduna ngasai gi duga chap manani sample space loi irani si out of sample space dagi khoina sigi oiriba condition ma'am je satisfy tawba khandoi ni ko aduna let e haibam ge f haiba ga event ani lower se event ani se amana magi sum se 8 taba atopa amana nangi red die sida kai oiba getting of number less than 4 in the red die sumain higher se ko let e be the event of getting numbers whose sum is made exactly 8 tare ko mathangi f haiba event sina kaino event of getting numbers less than kanadagi hanthaba 4 in the nangi die maming palam dare ko in the red die nangi red die da phangiba number sing se 4 dagi hanthaba oigadaba aduga nangi event e dana phangiba number mayam se magi sum se exactly kya tagadaba 8 taba ko aduna probability of e haiba se da yaw yaba f haiba se da yaw yaba khoina thi tare ko adudi r gi da oibe are se 1 ga 2 ga 3 ga adudi r1 si ga combine tawbe yaba se kana kana yai b1 mathang da b2 r1 ire ko b3 r1 sumaina sum irak pasina b6 kya bo ibe yare r1 sibong yaradra mathang da muk b ga r2 ga mu combine taw be abase b1 b2 r2 lere ko sumaina sum lak pasina kya bo yare b6 and r2 bo yare mathang da last ki si khatangai re ko b1 r3 b2 r3 dot last ki oibe abase b6 and r3 haibadi kaida depend tawi ma se it depends on the values of r and values of r se less than 4 dagi less hoy gadab ni ko mathang da e sina f hoy gadab si f ki possible outcomes ka te naina e rise ko haidi even of getting numbers less than 4 sina f ki mathang da e ki possible outcomes samu e si ko e habisina kai haiba nangi number ani se number ani ki sum se always kya tagadaba 4 tagadaba b1 r3 sim 4 chale ko mathang da b3 r1 si 4 tadra 2 da mu yeng si ko b2 and r2 ani sim ani se on thong na bada dum cha manare nangi number ani ki sum se 4 na te 8 ni ko 8 oi gadaba 8 oi taraga di koina kya dagi ai b1 b2 dagi are ko b2 r da na 6 piraba b da b2 lere dudi nangi b da na 6 piraga r da muk 2 oi be are ko b da muk 3 piradi r gi value se kya tarani 5 amoy re ani se mu onthok na si ko ani se onthok na ba matam da b da muk 5 piba r da na muk kya piba 3 piba the last da oi be are se kana khatang oi be are b4 ga r4 ga b2 eradi 6 ama lere ani se onthong na ba ire ko 3 5 onthong na ba se sida ire duga b4 r4 sidagi hena nangi atopa oibe aba possible outcomes yaubra check tawsi ko 6 nangi se 8 tagadab ni na 2 3 6 3 5 5 duga 6 2 sidagi ne yadre ko si loraba matung da khoina e intersection f haibasa si muk lawse ko e intersection f mana ba khandoini b2 r6 sida yauba yagadra yaroi nangi sigi number sing sidi r da 1 ga 2 ga 3 ga sikatang ni ko sima yauba yaro si b r3 b5 sima yauram gani b5 and r3 kai gino haraka and sigi r gi number se 4 dagi less were ko mathang da b6 kai yauram gani r2 next b6 r2 sima yauram ani ko and b4 r4 4 yauba yaro simain taraga nangi possible outcome se kya phange ani phangadra ani phangade khoina formula irasiko therefore conditional probability of e when f is already occurred is given by probability of e intersection f divided by probability of f which is equal to nangi e intersection f the possible outcomes kya yawe ani yawe ko 2 divided by nangi total possible outcomes se 36 ni probability of f se the element kya yauni have sing masing thi dare ko 1 2 3 4 5 6 about 6 tare dagi sigi amuk b1 r2 ga pabagi 6 am lagtra r3 ga pabagi 6 am dudi 6 plus 6 kya tare 18 dai ko 18 phange divided by 18 sigi makhada kaina divide tawgadaba Total possible outcomes 36. Cancelling 36, 36 we have 2 by 18. And 2 by 18 se 2 na divide already 1 by 9 tare ko. Roman number B gi conditional probability of E when F is already occurred se kya no 1 by 9. Sumaina nang puthora kadab.